people who join the live. Welcome to today's live, talking about rich people and why they can be broke too. Partly because of this post that I did. I thought it was funny. This is my friend's boat. He didn't start a company, he didn't inherit money, he's not a celebrity, he simply made his coffee at home and stopped by and have a cup. That's funny. That is funny. Because it's so true. We spend our money on the most stupid things ever. And sometimes it's hard to save money. Sometimes we spend it so easily. And I think the reason why I called it, yes, we are Scorpio, welcome to the live. The reason I called it this is because a lot of people fantasize about getting money and becoming rich. And I thought I'd just clear the air a little bit and say, you can have all the money in the world, you can have all the riches in the world. Hi, Sanju. And you can still be broke, believe it or not. And there's a saying about crying in your Lamborghini. I honestly think the best position you can be financially and mentally is make just enough where you don't need to worry about finances, you don't need to think about the future, but at the same time, do something that's fulfilling. So your actual work becomes purpose-driven and your work becomes something that you're happy to do. Because there's a lot of people earning money out there and they're not happy with what they're doing. It's usually on the expense of other people. So, and then they ended up really depressed. At 30 years old, it started becoming less. Yeah. I wonder why that is the case at 30 years old. A lot of people think about kids and marriage at 30 years old. A lot of people start to see life a little bit differently. My dad always says to me, when he was young, he used to always think about money and stuff like that. And now he doesn't really want a lot of money. So it all depends on who you are. It all depends on what you're after at the end of the day. But it creates a lot of stress, that's for sure. But I think there's an optimum. There's an optimum of how much you can earn and how fulfilled you can be, and how you can impact other people. Because when it just becomes about the money, then there's a problem, isn't there? For sure. Yeah, 100%. Money isn't everything in life. I agree. I was going through, a set of values, because I was looking up different values that people look in other people, when they're dating. And it was funny because one of them was financially secure. So if someone's financially secure, that's a value you see in another person, which is interesting because it's like money isn't everything, but if you've not got any, you can't provide for anybody, and you can't be fulfilled, and you can't people can't rely on you in a sense. So it's kind of one of those things that, like, you got to be, yeah, I like that, focusing on giving back. That's so important. Volunteering, donating the cash instead of just spending it just because I had it. I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of times in my life when I had options to either give it or try and make more. And when you try and make more, if you lose it, you get in a routine and you're like, you get in a bad mindset. It's like a bad cycle of like, I need to make more, I need to make more. But people want you to help them at the end of the day. And it's not selfish, but when it becomes a habit, it's selfish. So, but also with donating, I think it's important to give it with the right heart and the right kind of mindset. So are you giving it because you genuinely want to impact someone's life, or are you giving it because you want to feel good about yourself? That's an important question to ask. And both of them are not wrong, but you've got to be earnest and you've got to be open-minded about it. Same goes for religion. A lot of people follow religion just to make themselves look good. the way the first bank started was because Jewish people couldn't make profit on loans, or is it Christian? Christians couldn't make profit on loans, and so they said to the Jews. Sorry, I'm explaining this really badly, but they said to the Jews, you know, if you can make profit and help us trade these currencies, we're gonna help you, because they were like not in a good place in that time when Rothschild. That was the start of the Rothschild, and so basically, what happened was the Christians wanted to make profit on the loan, but instead they used the Jews because, or it's the other way around. I can't remember, but basically, somebody got really rich because of somebody else's ego. So that's an interesting story. I think that's an interesting story. No worries, bro. Thanks for being on. It's so great to have people on the live and we can just chat about things that are important. Yeah, it's not all about money at the end of the day. It's nice to have money. It's nice to be financially free, I guess, but I don't think that's the end goal. A lot of people see that as the end goal. Possibly because a lot of people really, really place a lot of value into money and riches and wealth, and it becomes easier, like the world's your oyster. But that's a lie, because at the end of the day, the world is an oyster from your perspective. The world isn't an oyster because of somebody else's perspective. The way you see the world, that's how you create it. So if you see relationships as somebody else sees money, then the relationships that you cultivate, you'll be rich in whatever you think. But that person who's creating more money, they're being rich in whatever they want. Like, goes like that. So I guess if you know yourself really well and you can just understand that basically materialistic things are not not the most important thing. Materialistic things are important, but at the end of the day, you lose touch of sight if you just keeping on looking for money. If you keep looking for money, if you keep looking for things that are gonna create more stress in your life, that's not good. But it's all relative. The Jews didn't have a lot of money. Yeah. They're very good with money, I tell you that though. Where are you from? I'm from the UK. Born in Estonia. Speak Russian. Fluent Russian. So, bit of a mix. My grandma's Ukrainian as well. So yeah, guys, I think it's important to be aware of how money works. It's important to be aware of how the world works in general, because it'll help you a lot. And it's just important to save as well. I saw a comment on my YouTube, by the way, the other day. Somebody said, I have a house, and everybody is so surprised how I have this house, how I own this house. And he said, it's literally because I don't eat out, I don't drink, I don't, do what other people do. So that's important. So he's realized it's easy to save up, but people choose not to. So at the end of the day, it's not how much you make, it's how much you can keep. And then whatever you keep and what you do with it, that's what makes the world change, your world as well. So although it's important, money is not the most important thing, but I think it's so important to just understand how you can better create a system that works for you, basically. Because the system that works for one person doesn't work for another person. It's like one diet might work for one person, one diet might work for the other person, but for you, that's not the right diet. And that's the same with money. One person can buy a Lamborghini or rent cars, and that works for them, great. But it's not going to work for you, even if you did have the money. So maybe what will work for you is something completely different. So that's what I'm thinking. So But yeah, in terms of saving money, I think that's probably the most important. Saving money, because opportunity can come in any shape or form, to be honest. And if you don't have that saved up, then you're missing out on, it's called opportunity cost. If you don't have an opportunity cost, opportunity cost means if you miss out on something, you are literally losing money, a lot of it. Not because you didn't invest, but because if you would have had the money, you'd have more freedom and you'd be able to easily work out what's right for you. The right opportunity will come, basically, and then you just execute on that, and then you're in the right direction, that kind of thing. So say if the whole world turns to rubbish, which it very well could, the economy completely collapses, but you have that stuff, that money saved up, or asset, whatever, then you're in a good position. I'd say that. And remember, you don't have to have hundreds of thousands. You can just have 1,000. You can have 5,000. Like, that's enough to because I've seen it happen all the time. I've been in crypto, and not only crypto, but other stuff. You can buy businesses these days, believe it or not. It's crazy. Opportunities everywhere. But don't point of this live is don't make money your idol. That's number one, and understand that money is just a concept, and even price is just all made up. Everything's just made up. But that's not to say that you can just mess around with money or become like really no kind of direction, because that's a bad place to be in. I'm a Jew. I know we are good. Oh wow. Yes, very good with money. I've noticed that more and more and more. I would like to learn from you, brother. Definitely. But the more we do these lives, the more we can chat, the more we get to know each other. So that's an important thing. One day I'll talk about some maybe health stuff, because that's important too. And I'm learning every day from you guys, as well as you learning from me. So that's important. I think that's the best way to have it, when you can learn off somebody and somebody can learn off you. Because if you don't have people around you that you can't teach, and then you don't have people around you that can teach you, then that's not a balanced life, in my opinion. Balanced life is when you can have people at the same level as you, people higher above you, and people that are below you. So then you can like distribute the knowledge, and then you'll be fulfilled both ways, not only accepting knowledge but giving knowledge as well, that kind of thing. So yeah, anybody who's watching this, the replay or this live, thanks for joining. We're gonna do a small live today, short one, but I'm really grateful for people joining today, and thank you for, yeah, we can chat, bro. And thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for liking every live that I do. That's important too. I think this week I'm gonna do another series, so like a 3-part series, but I need to work out what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking, because the last one was, what was the last one? Let me check. The last one was basically about Sigmund Freud, which not everybody agrees with, but it's a psychologist that has revolutionized a lot of things, and psychologists use his studies today. So I don't know why people don't agree with this stuff. Maybe because he wasn't a Christian or something, I don't know. But we'll do a 3-part series. I'm just trying to get things together, to be honest. It's a bit difficult juggling two things. I got a job and I do this, but I'm very dedicated, guys. So do please like the live if you're on this, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining, everybody who did. See ya.